It started with a small movement on the bed. The kind I feel every morning when my husband sits beside me to wake me gently. Only this time when I turned on the light, he was already in bed fast asleep. If you've ever had a moment where reality blurred with something stranger, this story will stay with you. Tap that like button, subscribe, and let's dive into one of the eerie street experiences I've ever had in my own home. My husband and I run a business together from our home. It's a demanding job, especially during deadlines. So sleep comes in fragments, quick naps, coffee-fueled all-nighters, rinse and repeat. That night, I went to bed a little earlier than usual, exhausted from the week. My husband stayed up working, but we have a little routine when I'm asleep and he comes in to wake me. He always does the same thing. He sits gently on the bed, places his hand on my hip, and tells me my coffee is on the nightstand. That's what I expected when I felt the mattress dip beside me. Half asleep, I didn't even open my eyes. I just waited for his voice, his hand, the smell of fresh coffee, but nothing came. Seconds passed, or maybe minutes, I'm not sure. I was groggy, confused, but alert enough to realize something was off. I reached out, turned on my nightlight, and there he was. My husband, sound asleep, lying right next to me. Our dog was curled up in his bed, snoring. Nobody else in the room, nobody sitting beside me. I sat up, heart pounding, but not in fear, just deep, bone-deep confusion. I didn't feel threatened. I didn't feel watched, it just didn't make sense. Maybe I dreamed it, a realistic false awakening. I let it go. I had to. There was work to do. Weeks passed, we got back into the grind, things settled down. Until it happened again, but this time, it wasn't me. My husband had just told me he needed a nap. We were still swamped with work, but he'd hit his limit. I stayed in our home office, headphones on, fully focused. I didn't leave the room, not once. About 30 minutes later, I felt a tap on my shoulder. It was him. He looked puzzled. "Are you okay?" he asked. "Yeah." He hesitated. "I thought you came and sat down next to me on the couch while I was sleeping," he said. I felt the cushion shift. Like someone sat right next to me. I thought it was you. I hadn't moved, not an inch. We were the only two people in the house. He just stood there, processing it, before muttering weird and going back to the living room. But I could tell it was bothering him. Neither of us has an explanation. There was no sound, no shadow, no chill in the air. Just the unmistakable feeling of presence. The dip of a mattress, the cushion beside you lowering under weight. And then nothing. It wasn't a dream, not for either of us. Whatever it is, it mimics our routines. My husband thought it was me. I thought it was him, and in both cases, it felt completely normal until it wasn't. We haven't had another experience since. But now every time I feel a shift in the bed, every time I sink into the couch alone, there's a part of me wondering, what if it comes back? We often think of hauntings as loud, terrifying events, but maybe the scariest thing of all is something that knows how to blend in. Just enough to feel real, just enough to feel familiar. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and share your own unexplainable experiences in the comments. We want to hear your stories. And don't forget to subscribe, because sometimes the things that go bump in the night sit quietly beside you first.